Ross County and Dundee United went into this weekend both stuck at the bottom of the table. And they come out of this weekend stuck at the bottom of the table. Welcome back, guys. It's Fog Fitba here to review Ross County versus Dundee United in Dingwall. And one thing I want to point out straight away is I noticed, like, for the smaller clubs, or I don't want to say, maybe not smaller clubs, the clubs that struggle with attendance, well, I'll go with that, but I think smaller clubs would be a fair assessment as well, but let's just go with clubs that struggle to get, like, packed out stadiums at home. The amount of, like, kids and stuff like this that you see at these games is insane. Like Bruggetti, Eriksson, the goalkeeper, was about to take a goal kick here just before the end of the match, and it's like you've got like the Ross County young team, like giving them abuse, and it's like, how the fuck are these wee guys getting? Who's paying for their tickets? Are Ross County just letting these young kids or teenagers to just try and get the numbers up? I take it that's what's happening here, because like I just don't see what normally if you're like. Unless you're an adult, unless you're like of working age, isn't it your parents or your uncle or a family member that takes you to the match so you can afford to actually go? Yeah, I've noticed in Scottish football, like I said, with the teams that struggle to sell out their stadiums, I notice that a lot of their fans, a majority of their fans are actually kids, so I'm just confused here. Is a lot of Scottish football fans actually genuinely this sort of age, or is it more the club maybe on match day allows them in, maybe 10 minutes to free or something like that? Do these clubs just allow kids in? Because I just thought there was a lot of them, but anyway, who cares? What there wasn't in this was a lot of moments. It wasn't a great game. Finished 1-1. Started off with a few. First half there was like a few crosses into the box. Both White and Watt both had headers, but nothing was close. But then the Ross County got the breakthrough. It was Pennington. He just seemed to like pull Sebald off the ball here, right at the goal line. And I'm surprised this wasn't a free kick. But yeah, he pulls Sebald. And I'm not saying it was a free kick, but normally when something like this happens in football, the referee is blowing 100%. But nah, Pennington appears to just pull Sebald off the ball. Then he picks out Callaghan in the box, former Hearts man, and he finesses it top bins. This was a great finish. My only problem is, I don't know if he meant it or not, by his stance and technique, it does sort of look like he just misconnects it, but it was so perfect in the top corner that it's hard to imagine that he could mishit this and get it right. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. To me, it looked like he mishit this, but you know what? Top corner, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Then to end the first half with Glenn Middleton, he ran like half the length of the pitch, cut in from out wide, but his shot was saved. Middleton again, thought he was probably Dundee United's best player today, maybe the best player on the pitch. Second half, ball's played up to him inside the box, he chests it down into the path of Tony Watt, who strikes it. But unfortunately, he strikes it wide. But don't worry for Dundee United fans, because Middleton and Watt combined again. And Middleton just came from the wing, cuts inside, just to the byline, crosses it across the box, just about the 6-yard area, and it was Tony Watt who was waiting, and this time he did smash it home. Then we had Dylan Levitt crack the crossbar for about 35 yards out. This was a great shot. If it went in, then you're looking at one of the goals this season, but unfortunately for him, it did not go in. It cracked the crossbar, it stayed out, and then that was it. It ended 1-1. I actually felt like Dundee United were probably the better team here. I think they edged the game. Ross County, I think, were a bit fortunate to get away with a point here. But, I mean, overall, I think for Dundee United, this is 7 points out of 9. They'll be happy. And for Ross County, it's 2 games without a defeat. They won the last game, they drew this game. So, I mean, if you look, even Kilmarnock this weekend, who got a draw, the lower league teams have, the 3 teams that look like they were down and out, they've all of a sudden, picked up some good results recently. And if you look at league table, they're only all Kilmarnock, Dundee United and Ross County are all sitting on 9 points, and all 3 of them are just 1 point off in 9th place St Johnstone. So yeah, it's kind of weird how the season pans out, because it looked like a few weeks ago that Kilmarnock, Dundee United and Ross County were potentially just going to be cut adrift at the bottom, and it was going to be 2 of those 3 that finishes in the bottom 2, relegation playoff, the relegation playoff, and then the automatic relegation playoff. But I mean, now looking at it, yeah, maybe not. Maybe Ross County, Dundee United come on, it can all start pushing on now. The league table is congested, especially in the middle. I mean, a couple of wins and you can literally move halfway up. So yeah, it's pretty close. But overall, a draw is probably a fairish result, but I think Dundee United will look at it and think, you know what, we could have won this. A point definitely is fairer to Ross County than it is for Dundee United. Put it that way. Anyway, guys, let us know your thoughts down below. Catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.